for David and Orly and for Marcy and myself, we'd like to welcome you to today's very special Bris and baby naming. I have the honor of being not only the father, one of the grandfathers, of course, but also to be the mohel today. And so it's really an exciting day for all of us. The ceremony starts, and when my goal today is, besides for doing a safe bris, which everybody of course wants, but I really would like everybody to come away today with understanding a little bit where our traditions come from and why we continue to do this for thousands of years. The bris starts, the ceremony starts with the baby being brought in by two very special people that the parents have picked out. Today, it's going to be brought in, the baby is going to be brought in by the grandmothers. And the grandmothers are going to come down the center aisle, and we honor the baby, who is with a special prayer that is said. The baby is then going to be handed to me, and I'm going to put the baby on Kisei Eliyahu. Here we go. Baruch haba v'shem Adonai, tov l'Adonai ki tov l'olam chasto. May he who comes in the name of God be blessed. Blessed be those who gathered for this sacred moment. Give thanks to God is good. God's loving kindness is everlasting. So thank you, grandmas. I got it. He's a very handsome, like his grandfather. I had to throw that in. But this is the chair of Elijah, may be remembered for good. So as the tradition has it, I'm going to hand the baby over to the dad here. And Mom is going to sit next to him. And a little commentary about Elijah. The rabbis taught us that in the moment of despair, Elijah the prophet claimed that the world would never find redemption. So God gave Elijah the assignment of being present whenever a child of Israel is brought to the covenant of our people. For with each child and with each new covenant, there is a new hope for that this child, be by the work of his hands, may bring the world closer to redemption, repair, and peace. With every decision to bring a new child into this world, there is unspoken affirmation of the possibility that the future may be better than the past. Zaki said, this is the chair of Elijah, may remember for good. Elijah is here today. He is watching over us. He's making sure that we do this safely, but he's really also making sure that we're all here with kavanah, that we're all concentrating on the importance of today's very sacred event. So one has to ask the question, why are we here? Where does it come from? Let's learn a little bit about that. It comes from the book of Breshit. It comes from the book of Breshit. He remembers from the last time. He's a little nervous. Don't worry, Sid. It's not your day. So, the book of Breshit, the book of Genesis, God commands Abraham at the ripe young age of 99 years old to circumcise himself and his entire household as a covenant, as a bris, as a contract between God and the Jewish people from now until eternity. And in fact, today is a continuation of that event, that first event of Abraham, who was the first Jew, to this day, the continuation of our traditions. Because through our traditions we survive, and we survive as a people. But one of the rabbis have always asked, what are we doing today? What are we physically doing? Well, there are just a couple of points to say, and that is, today we're doing a very safe little procedure that is changing this little young man from a physical being to a spiritual being. He now is getting the reminder in his life of his responsibility as a young boy, a young man, a young Jewish soul, of his responsibilities to his people and to doing good deeds throughout the world. And there's a common theme in Judaism these days, and it's the word tikkun olam, changing the world. And in a way, we're changing the world today in a slight way. We're changing it by doing this little tiny procedure that is so important to our people, and the world is changing for the better. But in a way, we're all here today. We all come out because we all have to, recommit ourselves to doing good, to changing the world. It's all of our responsibilities. So that's why we're here today. So in the old days, it was the responsibility of the dad to do the bris. I figured since John saw me last year, we taught him. He's ready to go. He's ready to roll. No, John's actually very good, but I'm going to actually ask permission today from John and Sarah. Do you appoint me today as your shaliach, your agent, in fulfilling the mitzvah of circumcising your son?
We appoint you today as our shaliach for the brit milah of our son.
Thank you. Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Avraham Avinu hithalach lefanai v'yeh tamim. Hinenu muchan u'mezuma l'kayem mitzvah aseh shetzivah habarech yebarach lamula paneinu. The Holy One, blessed, said to Abraham our father, walk before me and be worthy. Behold, I am ready and requested to fulfill the positive mitzvah which is enjoined upon us by the blessed Creator to circumcise our sons. So, I am going to take this little guy. I'm going to give a sip of water.
Josh, water.
So another chance to take a good look at the guys before you. He's a beauty. So the tradition in this family, and our tradition is, I have the honor of doing the bris, but what I really have here, the great honor of the sandik, is to the father, is the grandfather of the father. And we have David here, who is going to do that. And I'm going to. The only person that has to watch now is me.
I think I can handle it.
You have to
No, I'm here to
Sydney, where are you?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitam mitzvah mitzvah al hamizrah.
Never use this.
Only a couple seconds.
Perfect. Check these shoes out.
Thank you.
White icing.
That's scary. He doesn't say anything. He's so small, hasn't
So, after the actual circumcision's done, we're going to put the baby in Sarah's arms. We've gone from generation to generation. This is part of our theme that we try to continue. The grandmothers, to the parents, to the dad, and now to Sarah. And they're going to say a very key blessing, first in Hebrew, and then we're going to give the translation in English. It's very important. And then afterwards, everybody's going to respond.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'nisto b'dibur shel Abraham Avinu. Blessed are you, Lord our God, source of all being, who has sanctified us with your mitzvot and commanded us to enter him into the covenant of Abraham our father.
Great. And let's all answer responsively in English. As he has entered into the covenant, so may enter into Torah, and to marriage, a life of good deeds. Let us all say amen. So now we have my son Josh is going to give the blessing over the wine.
Can you get Josh? Josh. Uncle Josh. This is the famous Uncle Josh.
He's going to take a sip, and then we're going to pass it to the parents.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafel.
Amen. Blessed are you, Lord our God, source of all being, who has sanctified this beloved one from the womb and placed the mark of your covenant in his flesh, and sealed his offspring with the sign of the holy covenant. Therefore, O living God, our porch, our rock, may you dedicate this child to your ways, your paths of goodness and righteousness, for the sake of the covenant. Blessed are you, Adonai, establisher of the covenant. So we've actually finished the Bris today. But today we also have a baby naming. As many of you, some of you might not know, boys are given their Hebrew name at the Bris. Girls are typically given their name in shul. We do not know the name again in Hebrew or in English. So this is exciting for all of us, in particular the parents, the grandparents. Though it's not traditional to name it after the grandfather. Not yet.
Not today, anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the Hebrew name. I'm going to read it in Hebrew. John's going to whisper me the name and the year. I'm going to say the Hebrew name out loud, and then we're going to do give the translation in English for the same thing, and then after that, After I'm completed with the proper Hebrew, giving the Hebrew names with the two brachot in English and Hebrew, then John and Sarah are going to announce the names in English. Eloheinu v'lehevotenu v'matenu, kayem et hayeled hazer, lavinu limor, v'karei shemo b'Yisrael. What's that? Oh, yes. Okay. Barak Shimon ben Yonatan v'Sara Michal. Yismach ha'av b'yotzecha atzav v'tagel ima b'pri bitna zeh katon gadol yeh kishem shenetnas l'brit ken yikanes l'Torah l'chuppah l'maasim tovim. Amen. Our God and God of our fathers and our mothers, sustain this child to the loving care of his father and mother, and let him be known in the house of Israel as Barak Shimon, son of Yonatan the Sarah Michal. May his father rejoice in his child. May his mother rejoice in the fruit of her womb. This little one may become big. As he has entered into the covenant, so too may he enter into a life of the Torah, the blessings of the sacred relationship, and the practices of good deeds. And let us all say, Amen. And in English, John and Sarah are now going to tell us.
You're going to say it?
Sure. Everybody, we're proud to introduce our son, Benjamin Asher.
I love it.
So now we have John and Sarah are going to give a little explanation. They're going to give a little explanation of how they came to choose.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. To start, we'd like to thank our parents for putting together yet another amazing Bris celebration. So here we are again, 2.5 years later, to celebrate the addition of another son to our family. John and I are so excited to introduce everyone to Benjamin Asher Boschenberg. Many of you are aware that until today, he's been referred to as Olaf, because Sydney is a big fan of the movie Frozen. And this baby was due in summer. Sydney has enjoyed referring to his future sibling as Olaf so much, I was convinced he thought there was a snowman in my belly. We're hoping it doesn't take him too long to learn to use his brother's real name. With this baby, we got to pick names for fun reasons. Benjamin's English name is special for 2 reasons. Benjamin and Asher are 2 of the sons of Jacob, as was Reuben, which some of you may remember is Sydney's middle name. Both of us like the names, and it seemed fun to connect our sons to famous brothers from the Torah. Additionally, you might be familiar with a wise character from a little movie franchise called Star Wars. Obi-Wan Kenobi, who in the first movie of the series, A New Hope, was called Ben Kenobi. Yeah, we did a Star Wars name.
For Ben's Hebrew name, we picked